Welcome to week 8. One more week of fun with Photoshop templates. So I'm going to hit spacebar and play my project here. Whoa, look at the glasses. So I got a stock footage of stage lights. I thought they were scoreboard lights, but I guess stage lights. So if I come over to a new tab for Adobe Stock. And search under templates. No, sorry, for free videos, or under the free, then the videos. You can find stage lights. And looks like there's 600 free ones. So maybe you want them to be like a concert singer. Maybe you want them to have more like these stage lights or scoreboard lights. I don't know. You can put any light inside the glasses. So that's how I got the idea. This template is from my other class, my marketing graphics class. We did a social media template. So if I command click to open a new tab, you can see I just went to templates and searched for Instagram, and here's a social media layout. And then I saw this guy wearing sunglasses, so I went to Google Images and I got a guy wearing sunglasses, and I did this project. So all right, so here's the footage is on top, and the white in the layer mask allows the lights, stage lights, to come through. And then it starts with a template where you add your image to the template, and then customize the text. And that's what we're going to do. So hope you find it fun and helpful. I think it's a little more straightforward than last week. So sorry last week was a lot, but if you're still with me, take a deep breath. Let's do this week. I'm going to download the files. So I'm going to minimize, or I'm just going to bring up Chrome here and go to the week 8 assignment. Get the guy with sunglasses. You can get a different guy. I think a dark background kind of helps, because the white on a dark background is easy to read the letters in the text. But I found, whoop, is my link bad already? Sorry, guy wearing sunglasses. And then download it and get it on your desktop. And then the Adobe Stock social media template is on my Google Drive. Download it. And the stage lights from Adobe Stock. So hit download. A little bigger file. Okay, so I'm going to start with the template. Well, this one's still downloading. So back in Photoshop, I am going to drag the template on my desktop onto Photoshop, or control click, right click, open with Photoshop. Going to go to Window, Workspace, Essentials, and Reset Essentials. So I get rid of that motion bar at the bottom, or panel. And Reset Essentials, so my screen looks like yours. I don't need color, double click to collapse. I don't need properties, double click to collapse. And I'm going to turn off design 1, 2, and 3 and get focused with spacebar to move to the middle. And then with the spacebar still down, command to zoom in, and twirl down design 4. And we got the text on one section, and then another layer has the smart object. But I think actually it says your image here when you twirl down. So why don't we try? I put mine in here, but I think this is just a copy of this smart object. Anyways, double click on the your image here smart object, and then file, place, embedded, ... And that brings up this menu that says where is the file located, and it is this copy that I just downloaded. And it's in free transform mode, so with the constraint proportions link pushed, put your cursor on the H to scrub and make it bigger, and then reposition. So I think I did something like this. Your results are going to be a little different, but right, so the text comes in right about here, so maybe move it to the right a little, maybe make it a little smaller. I think I cut off the ear. Okay, so something like that, just so the sunglasses are visible, because that's where the light's going to go, the animation's going to go. Check to apply when you got something you like, and then X to exit the PSB smart object, which gives a message, do you want to save? And you say yes, click, enter. Okay, looks good. So let's double click to edit the type. That lorem ipsum is the generic placeholder, so double click on the T and then type in like hot sunglasses or something. New sunglasses, something creative and funny, but not offensive and PG for school. All right, so I'm trying to edit my type font size and it's not working. So I'm gonna hit check to apply the changes. And then I'm gonna double click again to select, and now click on the T and drag left and get something. And then so 130 looks good for me. And check to apply, make sure my spelling's correct. So yeah, so this is kind of in the white t-shirt, which is a little harder to read, but oh well. I'm just gonna keep going. You can edit it more to your liking, but okay, so we got a nice template to work with. I'm gonna click the top layer, text mask, and then hit the new layer button for a new blank layer, and then merge visible to top. And what that does is it combines these three layers into one. Command Shift Option E, and then I can duplicate this layer into a new document. So I got Untitled 1. I've been lazy about saving, so File, Save As, to just get this on my desktop in case I need it again. Call it template or week 8 template. Enter to save it. Puts it on our desktop. All right, let's get the motion. Let's get the file now that's finished downloading, the MOV we're going to need, and put it on our desktop. And then create a new, let's actually go like this. Let's go to Photoshop, and I'm going to hit spacebar to move. So we got this document. We could go image size to check it out. Image size. And it's in inches, which isn't very helpful, but we're going to pixels for the screen. And it's 1080 by 1920, just like that week. So just like last week. So we're good if we duplicate it into a new document. So I'm going to hit OK because we didn't make any changes. But with layer 1, I'm going to control click and duplicate layer and send it to a new destination. And duplicate. So the destination is a new document, and we can rename it something like week 8 video. Okay, so now we got a 1080p in the vertical orientation, and I am going to go to Window Workspace Motion. And so my screen looks like yours. I'll do Window Workspace Reset Motion and collapse histogram and double click to collapse libraries and make a new video timeline. And we want the video of the lights to come in on top. So let's do new video group from the little drop down arrow next to the film in layer 1. new video group, and then add media to that, and have it be the file, the lights. Okay, I'm going to go to flyout menu from the layers panel and convert it to a smart object. And if I hit spacebar, see what happens. So the lights come in, it's blacked out in the background, you can't see through to the face or the sunglasses. So we need to mask it, and we need to change the blend mode, and we might even need to transform it. So maybe we can transform it first. Command T, and then put your cursor on the W and scrub left. So we kind of want the lights to kind of be on top of his sunglasses. Maybe a little bit more, so it picks up more motion. A little bit left, so it goes in all the sunglasses. Okay, so enter to check to apply the transformation. And I am going to get the quick select tool. I'm going to target layer 1. I'm going to eyeball off the motion or the video layer. Put my playhead on top of the layer 1, the static image, so I can use the quick select tool, which I have underneath the object select tool. So fourth tool down for me, click and hold quick select tool. Use left and right bracket to adjust the size of your brush, but just make sure you don't click with your brush outside of the glasses. So this is a pretty good edge or image to use this tool with. So I'm going to click once, and Photoshop looks for those edge or luminance transitions. Then I'm going to click in the middle of the second sunglasses. Photoshop does a good job for me. So the marching ants are going to allow the motion or the lights to come through. And I don't want to mask this layer. I want to mask the motion. So I'm going to target the motion layer, or my Adobe stock copy. And then I'm going to click on add a layer mask, and white reveals, black conceals. So now if I hit spacebar to play it, the motion should only occur inside of the glasses, which is not working for me because I turned the eyeball off and didn't turn it back on. So playhead back to the beginning again. Now I get the aha, it worked. There we go, right? So pretty cool. Because it's kind of subtle, but because if I hit Shift X, you don't need to do this, but right. So right now I got this, but if I want to change the blend mode to a lighten blend mode, the black in the background drops away. So because the black sunglasses are on a black background, you can't tell the difference. But notice now how there's a big rectangle with black pixels behind the white stage lights when I'm on the normal blend mode. But if I go down to lighten or screen, those black pixels drop away. I think screen's kind of the brightest. And so now you do get a little of that detail from the original image of the sunglasses. It's kind of subtle, but I'm going to hit Shift again on the layer mask to turn it back on. So might not matter so much for this example, but if the sunglasses are like gray or a different color, and you put a black background on it, it might be noticeable. So spacebar one more time. Let's look at kind of how our document's doing here. We have mountains, so we got a 5-second static image and then like a really long motion file or MOV. So I'm going to pull this out pretty far here. I'm looking for a spot when it goes black, like 10 seconds in. So we get like right about there, right? So something like 11 seconds. There is no motion in the glasses, so I can trim everything down there to about 11 seconds, and I might need to, and that way when it loops, there'll be it'll go from the beginning where there's nothing to the end where there's nothing. I think I messed that up when I did it the first time, but saves us a step of having to do that transition trick. So so I'm pretty happy. I'm going to do file save to save before I export. I had a little trouble exporting, so file save. Okay. So we want an animated GIF. They're easier to work with on Canvas, I think, but they're harder to export in Photoshop. So file, export, export as. You could render an MP4 and then use a web converter to convert your MP4 to GIF, which might be easier. I did try that, and it didn't. You don't get as many settings, or you can't export it like your original MP4 dimensions all the time. They try to upsell you. But save for web. For what I had to do, I got a couple error messages, and I had to end up bumping the quality down to 25%. But we could try something. So 100% did not work, 50% did not work, and then I went to 25, but maybe we could try 40, see if it works. So my original video was a little longer, more like 15 seconds, but you can tell Photoshop's struggling or processing. I don't know if it's I think I'm on a 2020 MacBook Pro 13-inch. So not the newest computer, but it's also a legacy feature. This export save for web is not the current version, so could be that as well. All right, so I said 50 didn't work. Let's try 40 and hit save. All right, so it ended up on my desktop at 40%. Let's see how it looks in the browser. See if after 10 seconds, after like that diagonal animation, if it starts over after this one. Yeah, it looks good. So I hope you have fun with it. And again, it's if you're on social media and you see someone's eyes looking like stage lights, it might make you check out what kind of sunglasses they have. Hope you had fun with this, and we'll see you next week for last animated GIF with Photoshop. Then it is on to Premiere Pro. Okay, I forgot to hit reply and get credit, so let's go to the week 8 assignment and then hit reply. And under this icon, make sure your screen's wide enough, images, upload image, and then click on the rocket ship and grab your animated GIF and give it a sec, or hit submit, and then give it a sec to process until you get like a gold flash. And then I think it'll work if I hit, yeah. If you hit reply or post too early, then it gives you an error message. But all right, see you next week.